Did you know that Brazil is one of the most unique and curious countries in the world? Yes, that's no exaggeration. In every corner of this tropical country, there's something that you can only find here, whether in the culture, the food, the way people speak, or even the creative hacks that become life solutions. In this episode, you'll discover 10 things that only exist in Brazil. And get ready, some of them will surprise you. To start, let's talk about our language. Brazil is the only country in the Americas that speaks Portuguese, but it goes beyond that. Within the same language, we have hundreds of different accents. The R sound of the Carioca, the two of the Gaucho, the Accente of the Northeastern. In no other place in the world can the same Oi tudo bem sound so many different ways. Here the accent tells a story, an origin, a culture. Now, let's talk about the so-called Brazilian way. It may be viewed with a certain prejudice, but it is also a symbol of national creativity. Brazilians find a way, whether it's fixing a car with electrical tape, turning on the TV with a fork, or making art with scraps. The way is often the solution found when everything else is lacking, except willpower. And speaking of things that only exist here, have you ever tried a good feijoada? Not just any beans and rice, but the real Brazilian feijoada with pork parts farefa, kale, and orange, served on Wednesdays or Saturdays. It has become a national tradition, and behind the dish, there is a story of resistance and ancestry. In Brazil, soccer is not just a sport. It is emotion, it is identity, it is religion, from Garcia to Neymar. The passion for soccer runs through the blood of children, who play barefoot in the streets, to adults who experience the drama of each match. Here, the ball doesn't just roll on the grass, it rolls in the hearts of the people. Another thing that only exists here is the famous barberadvai, the beauty salon in the slums. The barber on the corner is where you wash more than just your hair. You wash your soul. You talk, you vent, and you get advice that no therapist would give. It is a space for socializing and popular wisdom. Now, what about animals? Did you know that Brazil is home to animals that don't exist anywhere else? The capybara, a symbol of peace and tranquility on social media. The giant anteater with its funny snout. The pink dolphin of Amazonian legends. Brazil is a living zoo, with creatures that seem to have come out of a magical tale. And speaking of magic, Brazilian memes. Nothing compares to the creativity of Brazilians on the internet. We transform tragedy into jokes, soap operas into stickers, and facial expressions into national Gretchen, Nazaré Confusa, Inês Brasil. Brazilian humor is an art in its own right, recognized and replicated all over the world. If you are invited to a barbecue in Brazil, go from north to south. Barbecue is sacred, but each region has its own style. The Gaucho spit, the Bahian seasoning, garlic bread, the Resenha na laje. More than meat, it is unity. It is celebration in the form of smoke and laughter. And finally, what is perhaps Brazil's greatest treasure? Human warmth. Nowhere else do people hug each other so much, help each other so much, share so much. Brazilians welcome each other, lend a hand, laugh together, cry together. We are the country where neighbors become family, where strangers become friends in 2 minutes. What is unique about Brazil? And that is wonderful. If you liked it, subscribe and leave a like. Thank you.